friends, and welcome to my broadcast. My name is Emmy. What's your name? I do weekly broadcasts, or I try to make them weekly. I do it because I love to give, and it is exciting. So, welcome to my giving time. So, last week I talked about two elements of friendships, and we discussed the element of giving and receiving, having a balance, giving and receiving, and not expecting or conditioning life that this is where I should receive because this is where I gave, I must receive from here. No, we talked about not expecting to receive where you gave. We also talked about the element of empathy and identification. So seeing with the eye of another, hearing with the ear of another, and feeling with the heart of another. So expressing empathy to the people that God has blessed us with. So we're going to continue that conversation. And the reason I gave for having this conversation is I am like you. I'm online and I see these crazy conversations. So I ran into these crazy conversations of women friends, especially, who have had bad luck in friendships, and they're calling each other names that are not so flattering, and you're like, oh my god, how did this get here? So I am giving a gift to you so that you can open your eyes if you are in the other side of life. And the other side of life is if you're the one calling people names when friendships have gone bad, or if you're the one being called names, because if you're being called names, you're still on the other side as well, because you are a participant. So I'm trying to pull you over to the other side so that you can be in the productive side of life, because there is really a good side to people, and they're good people, so you just need to come to the other side first. So let's talk about those elements that keep us in the right side. So I'm going to continue that. So another element of creating good relationships or finding yourself in relationships that are working is staying awake, like opening your eyes and your ears. So, in the Bible they say before God destroys, or they say before God shakes a nation, he sends a prophet to give us warnings. I believe in that concept. Before we find ourselves really in the dumps, we usually have missed red flags everywhere. Angela Meyer said that when people show you who they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, not when they tell you who they are. Everybody could just tell you a lot of things, Everybody could have like a wonderful resume, but then when they show up to do the work, you're like, what? So when people show you who they are, when you find them in the act, when they are lying about somebody else, when they are not being kind to someone else, when they're not good to their parents, when they are not being a good friend to someone else, then believe them. Then you're going to be the next. Believe them. So look at the friendships or the relationships that you have today, not as they should be, but as they are, and then believe them. Then ask yourself, can I take this? Can I take the fact that I found out that my friend lies about someone else, or my friend is not nice to the parents, because the next victim is going to be you. If he or she is lying about, if she's saying that, my parents are dead, and then you find out that the parents are alive, that is a big red flag. When people show you who they are, believe them. So that's one element. Stay awake. See and hear. When you hear people talk about the things somebody has done, don't feel special, like, oh, he's not going to do this to me, or she's not going to do this to me because we come from way, way, way back. We have a special relationship. She is meeting my needs. We are so cool. I know everything about that person. No. When they show you who they are by how they treat other people, believe them. So another element is knowing what you want. Knowing what you want. Relationships are reflections of who you are to yourself. So look at the friends that you have today and see, is this how you are to yourself? So knowing what you want, what is it that you want? Do you want honesty? Do you want trust? Do you want people who believe in you? And are you in a position to be a good judge of that? Are you in a place in your own life where you can discern, where you can really judge character? So look at your relationships and then ask yourself, what is it in this relationship that is attracting me to them or is attracting them to me? When nice people come to your life and you recognize that they are nice, they are kind, and you accept them, then that's who you are to yourself. You're kind to yourself, you're nice to yourself, you're good to yourself. But if you're not that person to yourself, then you're going to attract really not nice people. So I hope that was helpful. One, be awake, and when people show you who they are, believe them. And two, know what you want, and look at your relationships again and find out what is it about them that is attracting them to me and me to them. And if it's not good, then change, because there are so many people out there ready to love you, ready to serve you, really ready to serve you. So next time we're going to talk about I talked to some few people, and I invited opinions, and I had a couple of them, really, people who've had long time friendships. So either next week or the other week, I'm gonna share those stories with you, so that you can come to the other side and you can have more tools. So those people have shared their secrets or the elements that has made it work for them. Some of them, one person who responded to me has a friendship that has lasted for 30 years. So we can learn from that person. Another has a friend that has lasted for 20 years. And people are out there. Like I said, there is the other side of life, and I would like to pull you to the other side so that you can be useful to you and to others. So until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. For everybody who tuned in for the first time, I welcome you to my channel, and I'd like to thank you. And everybody who is supporting me and keep listening to my messages, I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. May God bless you. Until next time, be good to yourself.